Bishop James called his report the patronising disposition of unaccountable power. The key word is unaccountable. 34 years after 97 men, women and children were unlawfully killed in an event that was televised at the time, and that within 4 months the public inquiry into report had pinned the blame on the police. All that time later, no one has been held accountable for what happened at Hillsborough. Now nobody will be. So accountability here is key. And whilst culture change is good, we need legal change too. So therefore, I must say, it's inexplicable to me that there's a failure to legislate here for a full duty of candour for all public officials, to legislate to put the Charter for families bereaved by public tragedy into statute. And the Lord Chancellor knows that I still think that the independent public advocate's powers need to be beefed up to include an ability for him to compel transparency, be a data controller, so to torpedo attempts to cover up, which is what went wrong at Hillsborough. It was the cover-up as much as anything. So will he reconsider his apparent unwillingness to legislate, to make it clear that this House and our nation requires accountability, requires candour, requires public authorities and those who work for them to act in the best interests of those bereaved in these appalling public tragedies that have occurred and will continue to occur?
Can I thank the Honourable Lady, and can I say, I hope entirely fairly, that the merits that are in this response, and I think it can reasonably be observed that there are a great number, are in considerable part due to the efforts that she has made engaging with me to make changes and improvements. On the issue of the IPA, for example, there is no doubt, and of course others have fed in as well, not least my right honourable friend, the former Prime Minister, that the IPA will be permanent. That wasn't the original proposal. It will be able to make reports of its own motion to come before this House, not just at the instigation of the state, and also will be able to make recommendations about what sort of inquiry should take place afterwards. It could be, as she knows, some sort of independent panel along the lines of the ones that were set up by Alan Johnson when he was Home Secretary, or indeed a statutory inquiry or non-statutory inquiry. So this IPA is of a different order of muscularity, if I can use that expression, than was originally envisaged, and she plays an important part in that. On the issue of the Hillsborough law, she and I have discussed this. There are countervailing considerations, as she knows, but of course the point is my door remains open, the conversation remains live. We will have a debate upon this, I hope, in the new year, and I look forward to discussing these matters further.